JD wanted to touch a little bit on what Patrick Mahomes had to say about the receiver room.
With the receiver group between the workouts in Texas and getting back here, what kind of stands out to you so far? And what have you kind of learned about maybe some of the new faces that you're throwing to?
We're fast. I think that's probably the thing that stands out the most. You talk about Xavier, Rashee, Hollywood, Thornton, Royals coming in. Like, we got guys that can roll, and our job is to test the defenses down the field, and we have to get back to doing that if we want to open up other guys underneath. So I think Coach Reed's challenged me this offseason to push the ball down the field, let guys have chances to make plays, and then once we get that back to where we want to in our standard that we believe we should have, then we can come back to the underneath stuff.
We'll do a few more. Herbie, Harold.
So, JD, what do you make of what Pat has to say about the wide receiver room, which you and I are both pretty excited about this coming year? It seems like he's pretty excited about it too.
Yeah, absolutely, man. To me, that's a mic drop right there. What's the difference you can see in this room? That we're really fast, period, point blank. And what he said is, hey, Andy Reid has challenged me to push the ball down the field. And I expect us to do a whole lot of that this year. And I think we're going to see a training camp, preseason. These guys are going at it. The type of work they've been doing down in Texas, then coming up here to OTAs, you understand that their whole mode of operation is we're trying to get deep balls. We're trying to get behind the defense. We get the balls in the hands of the playmakers, and we're going to run right past you, right? And so that's how I feel. That's how I see it. I see Pat and them guys. They are elated that Rashee Rice is back. He said he's looking as good as ever. Maybe still have a little, things to go, but he said look like Rashee. That's what he said. Tyquan Thornton, now all of a sudden he's part of the deal that we got here. Obviously Xavier Worthy, Hollywood Brown. You just start naming folks and you just start talking about speed. I'm telling you right now, Marcus, this sucker looking like, I was looking over some of this video this weekend. This sucker looking like an Olympic track meet. That's what it looks like. And I'm telling you right now, we got speed all around, fast. And we're going to be talking about the guys also too, that we ain't just talking about the wide receivers that got the speed. We're talking about running backs too that got speed as well. So there's going to be a lot of flying around, like you said, man, this coming season. And I'm here for each and everything, all of it. So, yeah, it was, that sound bite right there caught my eye. I was like, yep, that's right there. Encapsulates everything as far as what this whole mindset's going to be this season. Speed. That's what it's going to be. What do you think about it? He said, we're going to push the defense. That's what we're going to do. We're pushing the defense. Speed. And so, hey, man, get your horses ready, okay? Because these jokers are coming for all the defenses. And I'm telling you, man, whoever it is, the DBs, secondaries, whoever we play, they are going to be on their heels. I guarantee it. And I'm telling you what, every game I start off with, Marcus, if I'm Andy Reid or Nagy, those guys, I'm going up top at least 5 or 6 times a game, if not 10. You have to. Look, one of the things that we did, and I've seen some videos with this, and didn't really get into it, but, everybody was kind of talking about like, yeah, but the Chiefs throw short passes, which they do. They threw a lot of, underneath, balls, and, Pat hadn't been throwing deep balls like he has in the past. But that's all changed. It's all changed. He's got a whole entire cast around him. Wide receivers, tight end, running backs that can absolutely fly. I'm talking about pick them up, put them down, baby. That's what I'm talking about. And so we're going to see that, man, coming into the training camp. And, some people seen a little bit just as far as like OTAs.
Judy, let me ask you, because you talk about the lack of, that's kind of one thing everyone talks about, is the lack of explosive plays we've had for the last few years with, the post Tyreek Hill days of the Chiefs. And now we talk about a wide receiver room that's got a lot of guys who can do a lot of things. You have the Royals Rice aspect, who are guys who are going to kind of eat all over the field. Then you have X, Hollywood, and then Tyquan Thornton, another 240 kind of guy to have. And we saw in the videos, we'll get into more of Tyquan Thornton on Wednesday, because I feel like based on where he is in the depth chart right now, we kind of need to talk about him. But just overall, when you're a defense going into the season, right, obviously we know Pat can do. We know his arm strength. We know what he wants to do. But when we're talking about 2 years kind of removed from like that high-powered offenses that we've had in Kansas City, what are opposing defenses kind of like? How are they game planning for him going into the season? Are they looking at past year body of work? Are they looking at the personnel they have going into the season? Like, oh man, they're going to want to throw deep again. Because I mean, last 2 years we haven't really been doing that. So like, how is this going to kind of like how's that kind of game plan, like opposing defensive coordinators game planning going against us, because we haven't really been doing that?
You know, you can look at the body of work, but I think what you have to do, that the Chiefs are in a very privileged position because of the type of guys we got around them. They understand what we have, you know, acquired in the draft with Xavier Worthy. We know with Hollywood Brown what he's been able to do. Rashee Rice before he's gotten hurt. Taquan Thornton, like you were sitting there saying, Royals also in the draft. So I think defenses, they understand, like, look, these guys are trying to put up points, and we got to be ready. So what is one of the things that you do to negate throwing deep balls? Well, you get after the quarterback, right? That's what you do. And so DeMonte Green Beans brought it up. He's like, well, shoot, we need to protect first. Well, guess what? We just talked about that. We need that, right? We're going to block. Why? Because we got guys, and I said this other week, we got starters, okay? We got starters on stopper starters. So our backup is a starter in the league. And so, especially at left tackle, where that was our Achilles heel last year. We know we got a good offensive line. We kept Creed, right? We know we got Suma Atate is probably going to take the left guard position. All right. Juwan Taylor, we're looking for him to do a much better job. Wanye Morris is sitting there waiting in the wind. Then we got Trey. So we're sold up as far as the blocking aspect of the game, what we need to do. If we need to keep somebody in there, then of course, that's what we'll have as far as like with the running backs. Who's going to do that? Well, guess what? We're going to be talking about a guy tonight who decided to pull up his little skinny jeans, man. He started putting a little weight back on, okay? Put a little bit of weight back on. And guess what? We're going to need that because you know what? We need somebody to hit somebody square right there in the mustache, okay, when you come up through the middle. So we're going to have the blocking to get the ball down the field. Blocking have been the worry, right? Does Patrick have enough time? We're going to have enough time. And so what he said is we're going to push everybody deep. Then we're going to look for everybody underneath. Travis Kelce, Noah Gray, Jared Wiley, Bringenstool, the running backs out the backfield, swing routes, angle routes, you name it. What we're going to do is we're going to go at the defenses, bottom line. So,
yeah, I mean, it's going to be exciting, man. Hearing Mahomes talk about that, and I think everyone in the chat kind of said it, like Mahomes sounds very determined this year because, like, while we get defensive when we hear, as fans, and naturally, we get defensive when we hear people say, oh, Mahomes has lost it, or Mahomes is broken. If we're getting defensive about it, can you imagine what he's feeling? He's like, okay, all right. He's doing what JD, look at the pen and writing down notes on who's saying what. Because, Pat's going to go out there, Petty Pat's going to go out there this year, and he wants to show the world, like, look, I'm not broken. I just took the team on a broken season to the Super Bowl. Okay, you guys say I'm done. All right, I'm gonna light you up this year, and I think he's gonna have a really big season. And just based on the talent we have in the room, Rice is back. Royals is now there. Hollywood, hopefully there's no preseason injury. Now, again, injuries can happen, but hopefully there's no preseason injuries from any of these guys, so we can kind of see what we have with collective unit. And I mean, it's a lot of talent in this room. We saw what Xavier Worthy could do as a rookie, and everyone had questions about, rookies can't do much in the Chiefs offense. Well, he did pretty damn good last year, and year two, another rise. Rashee Rice was leading the league in most categories before he got hurt last year, and then you bring that back into the offense too. So, I mean, there's so many weapons now, and Pat, and hopefully this offensive line can hold up for him. And we do have some, like JD said, we do have some pieces there that we've added this offseason that can definitely help.
Yeah, I mean, we got good depth everywhere on the offensive side of the ball. And that's lovely to have. It's a problem because you have so many good guys around you. You're like, daggone, man. Who are we going to keep? What are going to be the numbers? But I said this, and I'll keep saying this. The number one priority is keep PM15 upright. Everything else is going to work itself out. And guess what? We're going to burn by safeties, corners, linebackers, and you let those jokers hit everybody else over their head. That's it. Okay. He just has to facilitate getting the ball to everybody as long as he has time. And I think we're going to be fine.
Hi, everybody. Thanks for watching. Subscribe here to get the latest from the show. Also, be sure to check out the best clips from Chief Concerns. And if you prefer to listen to the show, subscribe and follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and anywhere else you get your podcasts.